Cowboys Nation, let's talk about a move that might not dominate the national headlines, but for us here in Dallas, it's another important piece to the bigger picture of what Brian Schottenheimer and this front office are building. The Cowboys have officially signed wide receiver Parris Campbell to the practice squad, and while some may shrug their shoulders at a practice squad signing, I'm here to tell you that this move has more layers than people realize, because in a season where depth is everything and injuries can change the narrative of a team overnight, having someone like Campbell waiting in the wings could pay off in a major way. Let's break it down. Parris Campbell is no stranger to the league. Drafted in the second round by the Indianapolis Colts back in 2019 out of Ohio State, Campbell came into the NFL with blazing speed and a reputation as a versatile playmaker. His college career with the Buckeyes was electric, and his potential was sky high. But, as we've seen so many times before, injuries became the storyline early in his professional career. He dealt with setbacks that kept him from becoming the consistent contributor many thought he would be. Still, despite the bumps in the road, Campbell has always flashed talent. He's a burner, he can stretch defenses, and when healthy, he's shown he can be a difference maker. Fast forward to 2024. Campbell spent time with the Eagles, appearing in 5 games and hauling in 6 passes for 30 yards and a touchdown. Not eye-popping numbers, but that touchdown was a reminder of what he can bring when he's involved in an offense. Before that, he had stints with the Giants and, of course, his original team, the Colts. And now, after joining Dallas this past offseason, he's back, this time on the practice squad. He was cut in August after an injury slowed him down, but the Cowboys didn't forget about him. They've left the door open, and now they're giving him another shot. Now, let's connect the dots to why this move matters for the Cowboys right now. Everyone knows this team has been tested at wide receiver. With CeeDee Lamb sidelined for weeks due to his high ankle sprain, Dak Prescott has leaned heavily on George Pickens, who has been sensational, and Jalen Tolbert, who has stepped into a bigger role. Turpin has been used creatively as well, giving defenses headaches with his speed. But depth in the NFL is never about just the top 3 or 4 names. It's about having insurance policies, guys who can step in on short notice and contribute when opportunity calls. That's exactly what Campbell represents. Look at the landscape of the league right now. Injuries are everywhere. Teams that survive long seasons are the ones that think ahead, that prepare for the unexpected. Jerry Jones and Brian Schottenheimer know this. They've seen enough football to understand that while your stars win you games, your depth can save your season. Campbell isn't being signed to walk in and immediately be WR1, but he is the kind of veteran who can quietly prepare, stay ready, and if called upon, step in with experience and professionalism. And let's not downplay the locker room factor here either. Campbell is 28 years old, a guy who has been around multiple franchises and understands the grind of the NFL. Having a presence like that in your building, even on the practice squad, can push younger receivers and raise the standard in practice. Sometimes it's not even about the stat sheet. It's about competition, leadership, and showing the younger guys what it takes to carve out a role in this league. Now, from a strategic standpoint, Schottenheimer and the Cowboys staff also know Campbell's skill set fits this offense. He's got the speed to stretch the field, he can play inside or outside, and he thrives on quick-hitting plays where his acceleration creates separation. With Dak Prescott playing at such a high level right now, making quick decisions, getting the ball out fast, and spreading it to all his playmakers, a guy like Campbell could be plugged into this system and contribute if the opportunity arises. Think back to how the Cowboys have utilized players like Turpin in recent games. Campbell brings a similar dimension, but with more size and the ability to take on a bigger role if asked. Imagine defenses having to prepare for Lamb, Pickens, Turpin, and then suddenly Campbell getting snaps. That's another wrinkle, another chess piece that keeps defenses on their heels. And as Cowboys Nation knows, Brian Schottenheimer loves having options. He's proven that already this season with the creativity in his play calling. Of course, the skeptics will say, why get excited about a practice squad signing? But here's the thing. How many times in Cowboys history have we seen players come off the practice squad or from the scrap heap and make a real impact? It happens. Depth is often built in these quiet moves, not just in the flashy trades or big-name signings. This is the NFL, and you never know when the next man up will be asked to shine. And let's give Jerry Jones credit here too. Love him or hate him, Jerry has always been willing to take calculated chances on players with potential upside. Campbell fits that mold. He's inexpensive, low risk, but potentially high reward if he finds his groove in Dallas. That's smart roster management, plain and simple. So, Cowboys Nation, here's the bottom line. This team is not just sitting back and waiting for stars to carry them. They're building depth, they're making moves, and they're preparing for the long haul of this season. Parris Campbell may just be a practice squad name right now, but don't be surprised if down the road he gets his chance and makes the most of it. Because in the NFL, it's never just about your starters. It's about the guys behind them, the ones staying ready for the call. And let's be honest, this Cowboys team is already showing us they've got the fight, the leadership under Brian Schottenheimer, and the firepower on offense to compete with anybody. Adding Campbell to the mix just strengthens the foundation. So, what do you think, Cowboys fans? Do you believe Campbell can carve out a role with this team if given the chance? Do you see him as a sneaky depth piece who could surprise us all? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you believe in the way this team is building, and don't forget to subscribe to Dallas Game Day for all the latest news, reactions, and breakdowns from Cowboys Nation. Because one thing is for sure, this team is leaving no stone unturned in their quest to get back on top.